It's a night to go into Manchester United folklore forever.
Manchester United.
To swing this one in again. Sheringham wins it. Solskjaer with the goal for Manchester United.
2 words etched into English football history, and depending on your age, allegiance or memories, they'll mean something completely different to any one of you.
David Beckham, a goal you'll see over and over again.
Blackburn Rovers will hope this is just the start.
As a lifelong Blackburn Rovers fan, United are responsible for both the greatest moment in our club's history and some of the absolute worst.
Shot.
For decades, my scorn for the Red Devils was fierce and sincere, the kind that only football can create.
With Philippe Albert. Oh!
When they lost, it was glorious, and when they won, well, it was just a reality of the time. Back then, a result against United could make or break your mood in 90 minutes, or 95, 98, depending on Fergie time. But looking back 20 years on, it's impossible not to respect what they were. Manchester United are one of the greatest, if not the greatest, teams in English football history. And in the 1990s, no one came close to their trademark dominance. Today, though, that story is very, very different.
It's in the game.
So today, we're going to try something bold. We're going to rebuild Manchester United in EAFC 26. My first rebuild, and probably my most personal. I might have despised them back in the day, but watching them struggle now, it hits differently. Because love them or hate them, Manchester United was such a massive part of what made football special growing up. So let's do this. Let's bring back the glory to Manchester United. So, this rebuild is going to be very simple. First of all, this is my first serious playthrough on EAFC 26. I will actually play some matches in manager mode and include these highlights in the rebuild. I do this on manager mode to get the team playing in a certain way, and it has always worked for me in previous iterations of the franchise. My first changes will be simple. Previous managers for United, including Ten Hag and Amorim, have overseen some frankly astonishing departures and key players leaving or being loaned out. There has been a long-standing rumour or buzz, or social stigma, whatever you want to call it, that the manager and hierarchy are the issue at the club, and where some truth can be found here, with several managerial changes over the years, when the players are constant throughout this process, some blame can fall on them too. That's a pattern for me. So, during this playthrough, I will not tolerate any nonsense from players in the game, ego-driven or otherwise. So first of all, we're going to add several people to the transfer window. We're going to trim the squad down a little bit. We're going to make several players available for loan. We are also going to recall Rasmus Højlund from Napoli, and we're going to add him back to the squad. I don't think he got a fair shake on his first run through. Let's see if he can make an improvement for us. Our squad will be based on a little bit of experience, as you will see in a moment, and we're also going to try and bring some youth back in, which was a trademark of Manchester United in the 90s. We're also going to do away with this terrible formation that Amorim seems to be obsessed with. We're going to revert to a traditional 4-4-1-1 with one up top. We are going to play through the wings, but we're going to keep the passing standard. We are also going to be putting in bids for David De Gea, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Scott McTominay. These guys are going to be the foundation of our rebuild. I believe they should never have left the club to begin with. These guys will bring some much needed experience back to the club. They will also provide the backbone to build our team around going forward. We're also going to steady up our left back position with Alphonso Davies and Ryan Sessegnon. We're also going to oversee the sales of Aidan Heaven, Manuel Ugarte, Diego Leon, and probably most controversially, Luke Shaw. We're also going to let Joshua Zirkzee go as well. I feel like these players won't fit into the general formation that we have planned. Luke Shaw's also an injury liability, believe it or not, in game, so we're going to let go of him. Like I say, we do now have adequate cover at left back position. We're also going to tell this cheeky bastard to do one with his buy option for Frederiksen's loan move. This player is very much involved in our plans. He isn't going anywhere. Okay, so pre-season tournament invite time. This is going to be the perfect competition to give our new team a run out. So controversially, Harry Maguire and Mason Mount will be surplus to requirements for this rebuild. De Ligt and Dalot will be our first choice defenders. Malacia will hold the left back position until we get Davis or Sessegnon. Mainu, Casemiro, Fernandes and Cunha will be our central midfielders. Mbamo will be our right midfielder. We are going to be looking to bring someone in on left midfield, and if not, recall Rashford from his loan at Barcelona. Sesko and Højlund will be our first choice strikers, along with Ronaldo. We're also going to be bringing David De Gea in goal, and as I say, we're going to be bringing our youth players in to fill in the gaps as well. There will be a squad depth revision at some point, and we're going to see how the players play initially. It's time to put in a cheeky bid for David De Gea. Funny enough, we offered 7.7 million here. The manager just wanted Harry Maguire in exchange for David De Gea, so we didn't have to spend any money on one of the best goalkeepers in the world to bring him back to the club that made him a legend. So our first talent acquisition has been completed. Welcome back to Manchester United, David De Gea. We're also going to put in a cheeky bid for Ronaldo, and as you can see, we got our man. He is back at the club. Not sure about the number 11 shirt, we're going to change that at some point. He will definitely be CR7 at Manchester United. Why risk losing out on all of those magnificent shirt sales? And we're also going to put the bid in for Scott McTominay. And again, we're going to bring this absolute legend back to the club. McTominay is going to be very good for his goals, not to mention his passing ability. We also used Mason Mount to leverage this deal. Napoli wanted an extreme amount of money for him, but it was totally worth it. Again, these three players, I never understood why they left Manchester United. They've gone on to become amazing players elsewhere. So let's bring them back to the club to relive those glories. As you can see, some of these numbers are not the best for the kits. We're going to adjust in those very, very shortly. Okay, so with Ryan Sessegnon, we just had to play his release clause, which was 12,800,000. So we have got our man here. Don't tell him just yet, but this man will be our secondary left back option. We are going to bring in Alphonso Davies at some point. But Sessegnon is a very good youth player to have in the team. I say youth, he's in his mid-20s, but he'll be a very good future player for the squad. So we're just going to make some adjustments here. Get these players into their positions. So Kobbie Mainoo will come out for Scott McTominay. As I say, he'll still be very much in rotation. Ronaldo will be our first choice striker purely for the stats. Sesko and Højlund will play secondary to him. I have very much faith in them that they'll be able to get the goals they need. As I say, we're going to start bringing in the youth players like Garrett and Fredrickson at a later date. And as I say, we'll do a squad review shortly to make sure we've got the best players available. There you go, some confirmations of the signings. These chaps look very happy to be back at Manchester United. Let's hope that translates into results. So here we go, we're going to get started with the pre-season tournament. 3 matches, all highlights. Enjoy, we'll be back in but a moment.
The first step in what could be a journey to remember. All eyes are on the new boss as he leads his team for the very first time. Will this be the beginning of something special, or will the questions start from the off? All the action coming your way here on EATV. Has to be. And again. It's in. And a goal on debut, no less. What a way to endear yourself. It's a lovely looking ball in. Super try and almost a super goal.
Yeah, and at that price it does seem...
And the ref says that's a foul and that's a penalty. Or not enough because he's coming off. Save! No better feeling for a goalkeeper. Good ball in behind. A chance now. Oh, ho, ho! That has flown into the net. What a strike! A superb volley. And the game comes to an end with Manchester United in positive mood.
that it's a pre-season friendly. They'll want to...
And he's right. Well, that hasn't taken long. In front already. Close to the goal here. Oh, it must be here. And there it is. They lead by 2 now, and they can breathe that little bit more easily. And the game comes to an end with Manchester United in positive mood.
Both teams are going to have to make sure that they get players in and around them when they get forward.
They forge ahead. They do. And you've got to say they're good value for the lead. Intercepted it. Making a bit of headway. And it's opening up. And a goal here. Just what Manchester United required. They are level. Mazraoui. It's a weighted pass. And a goal here. There it is. They've done it. Lovely weight. In position. And there it is. 2 goals in a matter of minutes. Incredible stuff. And there goes the final whistle. Manchester United are the winners today.
So pre-season was off to a banger. Great goals, great passing, good mix of experience and youth. Sesko and Højlund off the mark, as was Ronaldo. Decent overall play. We're now going to be putting in a bid for Alphonso Davies. At this point, he will become our first choice left back, and he will keep the number 5 shirt. We're also going to dip into the transfer market here, and immediately one name stands out. We're going to put a bid in for Kaoru Mitoma. And we got our man. We now have our first choice left midfield player. Excellent acquisition from Brighton. Again, very good team player. He'll do very well down our left side. Okay, so it's time to start finalising our Premier League 11 subs bench. So it's going to be De Gea, De Ligt and Martinez, Dalot and Davis. And it'll be McTominay, Casemiro, Fernandes in the middle, Mbamo and Mitoma on the left, and Ronaldo up top.
Thank you for joining us here today. We'll be taking some questions.
I've always thought these interviews were a waste of time. They always have the same answers, but they never really further the drama in the matches. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our Premier League season starts here.
We've got the crowd building, the atmosphere buzzing, and all the excitement that comes with the build-up to a vitally important league match. Who can embrace it and claim the victory? It's coming right up, live on EATV. Welcome to the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford. My name's Guy Mowbray. I'm joined by Sue Smith in the commentary position, and it's time to begin another new season of the Premier League, full of the usual highs and lows. It's Manchester United versus Arsenal.
Well, you can just sense the anticipation in here, can't you? The fans know that they've got a special team capable of at least the Champions League place. The home form needs to be strong, so a result here is a must.
Scott McTominay, number 8. Bruno Fernandes, and number 7, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Here's how Manchester United line up.
Yeah, a 4-5-1 or a 4-2-3-1. A lot of coaches are adopting this nowadays, as it does give you those two holding players, while you've still got plenty of threat from the wide wingers.
This is how Arsenal line up. Martin Odegaard plays alongside Declan Rice in the centre of midfield, and they're playing with just one up front. From Arsenal. Ronaldo. Oh, great chance. And the first blow is delivered. 1-0. And it might be in. Oh, penalty given here. The referee goes to his pocket as well. It's a booking.
Well, when you make a challenge like that, it's always going to be a yellow. The ref does well there.
This to level it up. A triumph for the keeper. Corner kick played in. And it's in. The goal to get us back to level pegging. Nicely played through. Now composure needed. It's in. That gives them the lead. And well deserved, you have to say. Plenty of positives for them to take away, not least the 3 points, Sue.
Well, I certainly didn't expect that, but they thoroughly deserved to win. They showed a real togetherness. They were so well.
Great opening day result. Arsenal are difficult to beat at the best of times. Highlights to take away from that: Ronaldo and Fernandes off the mark, and De Gea with an excellent penalty save. Unable to keep a clean sheet, unfortunately. Time for transfer deadline day. I believe we're actually done for transfers at the moment. This could be revisited at the halfway mark in January. And along with that 2-1 win at Arsenal, we also won away at Fulham by 2-0. And we beat Burnley 5-0 at Old Trafford. Excellent start to the season. 3 wins out of 3. Top of the table. Let's hope we can keep that going. Next up is the Manchester derby. Highlights are on the way. Unfortunately, Martinez did suffer an injury in training, so he will not be playing as part of that game. This is a perfect chance to give Frederiksen, our youth player, a run in the team.
It's impossible to overstate the importance of this game for the manager. When it comes to facing your rivals, the fans expect. Can he deliver on this huge occasion? It is a rivalry that runs all the way back to 1881. And City and United are on a collision course today. Welcome to our live coverage of the Manchester derby. This is Derek Ray in the commentary position, joined by Stuart Robson. It should be fantastic, Stuart.
Well, it should be a classic, Derek. There's some great players on view here today, on both sides, and the rivalry just makes it that little bit more special.
And a look at the starting 11 for Manchester City. Gianluigi Donnarumma begins in goal. Ruben Dias plays alongside Nathan Ake in central defence. Bernardo Silva plays with Rodri in central midfield. And in this tactical setup, they have just the one player in attack. Well, Manchester United have chosen this particular shape.
Well, it's a 4-5-1, but with three of the midfield players giving close support to the centre forward, and the other two sitting deeper. Also watch out for the fullbacks getting forward at every opportunity. They do like to get crosses into the box.
Right into the box. And there it is! The opener in the derby falls for United. A real jolt to the home fans. Not what they were expecting. A lot of forward thrust here from Ronaldo. Now what can he do? And it's in for Manchester United. They are on a victory course. Chances on. Couldn't quite hang on. And he gobbles up the second chance. Disappointment for the keeper. No wonder he's asking questions of his defence. Brilliantly put. Oh, and a penalty has been awarded. And that is when you need your goalkeeper. And there it is, the final whistle. It's a Manchester United victory.
Well, it was a very assured performance, wasn't it? I was particularly impressed with their play going forward. Really lively, almost cutting through at will at times. The result was never much.
So David De Gea, one of 4 Manchester United players in the team of the week. His penalty save against Man City, the second of the season, a particular highlight. As a result, Manchester United are top of the Premier League with 4 wins, 1 goal conceded, 12 goals scored. This is quite literally a perfect start to the season. Let's hope this can continue. So the purpose of this rebuild is to regain former glory for Manchester United. At best, this means winning the Premier League and obtaining Champions League qualification. At minimum, this means qualifying for Europe, either through the top 6 or a cup competition. I personally think cup competitions are going to be a distraction here, but I don't want to rule them out. They can affect fitness and obviously progression, but it'll be nice to have as a backup in case we start to slide down the pecking order in the league. Okay, so this is a new addition to EAFC 26. We're given impossible situations to deal with as managers. In this instance, Bayendir, our goalkeeper, has been mouthing us off on the socials, as the kids call it nowadays. We are now given a decision on his future. We can either terminate his contract or isolate him from the squad and sell him on the sly. As mentioned at the beginning of this rebuild, we're not going to take any crap from our players, and we're going to make an example out of him here. We are going to terminate his contract. Negativity in football teams is all too commonplace nowadays, so we will not stand for it here. We're off to a banging start. We're at 5 wins in 5, including the cup match. Why do you want to be bad-mouthing us to the socials? There's no room for it. I would say mutual agreement, but I don't think the guy had a say in it, really. The board had already decided, technically, on the options. I just had to pick which one. But again, we're not going to tolerate any of this nonsense in our club. As I say, this will be an example to all the other players. Okay, so next up, we have our first draw of the season with Chelsea, and our first loss at the hands of Brentford. Brentford have always got Man United's number at the moment, so this is not really a surprise. But we did beat them in the cup, so at the moment we're 1-1 for the season. Hopefully this won't affect us going forward, but just to go to show that the perfect season wasn't meant to be for long. So with the 3-0 win at Manchester City in the Manchester derby, the draw with Chelsea and the loss to Brentford, we have completed our first 2 months in our Premier League season. Also going to just cheekily reject this bid for the Iceland job. Next up, Sunderland.
Decisive pass, and Ronaldo just needs to remain level-headed. In it goes, the opening goal in this contest.
Man of the match, number 1.
Given away by Manchester United, and it's through here. And a goal! They lead by 2 now, and that allows them to breathe a bit more easily. To cut out the pass. And the referee blows for full time. Positives for Manchester United. 3 points for them.
This match needs no introduction. Let's play Liverpool.
Not a great challenge. How will the referee view it? Scott McTominay. Delightful pass. And a goal! United forge ahead in the derby. And that has silenced the majority in here. Ronaldo! And there it is! 2 goals in a matter of minutes. Incredible stuff. Well, I think we all felt Florian Wirtz that this game is.
Yeah, a win here would give the manager all the bragging rights he needs, wouldn't it?
Oh, wait a minute, Sue, a chance. In it goes! A 3-goal cushion. This is astonishing stuff. Well, plenty of green space to run into. Rifled against the post, but back in play. And there it is, a goal. But will it be purely a consolation at this stage of the proceedings? And the referee blows for full time. Positives for Manchester United. 3 points for them. What did you make of it all?
Yeah, it was a positive performance. Some of the play today was great to watch.
Victory at Anfield is always pretty sweet. That concludes our first 8 matches in the Premier League. We are currently sitting second. Purely because we've lost 1 match and drawn 1 match, we are 2 points behind Arsenal. And another draw at Brighton. We have dropped points here, so hopefully we can make these up at a later date. With the 2-0 win against Sunderland, the 3-1 win at Anfield, and that draw with Brighton, that concludes our 3rd month in the Premier League. Arsenal have also dumped us out of the EFL Cup, but that's one less competition to worry about. We can focus on the FA Cup at a later date. We've aimed to bolster the squad at the halfway point of the season. We're going to get some scouts on duty, go out and find us some decent players. I've also got some players in mind that we want to look at. We'll get to that in a bit. Some well-deserved praise for Bruno Fernandes and David De Gea. Excellent performances so far. We need more positivity like this in the team, and it will continue to come. It's now time for a very tough away fixture at Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, surely a goal? Well, that's upset the majority inside this ground. Face Everton, another game to hopefully whet your appetite. In it goes! Level once again. What a game this is. He's upon himself to drive forward further. And it must be. It's in! And it's their game to lose from here. The attack is over. Just read the situation. That's not a good challenge, to put it mildly. And now all eyes on the ref. And it's all over, with the away fans able to celebrate the win and the 3 points.
Fantastic win at Spurs despite a red card. We also got a very well-earned win against Everton, 4-2 at Old Trafford. Phenomenal team performance there. Okay, now we have an away game with Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park.
To win it. Weighted beautifully. It's in, and it might well be the winning goal. The keeper there with the punch. And it's all over, with the away fans able to celebrate the win.
A late goal to win it away from home. What does that remind you of? Fergie time? All over it. That rounds out an excellent month of results with a 4-0 win at Nottingham Forest, the 2-1 win at Spurs, the 4-2 win at Old Trafford against Everton, and the 1-0 win at Crystal Palace. 3 away wins there, very solid performance all round. That puts us second behind Arsenal with 1 game in hand. We are only 1 point behind. We are slowly creeping back to the summit of the Premier League. A very good win here against West Ham, 3-2. Very solid result as we continue our push to the top of the league. I can also confirm that we've been getting messages constantly from Matthias Cunha here. I'm starting to see an ego problem. Hopefully this doesn't continue because we know what we will do if that is the case. Another solid away win at Wolves, 3-0. Another clean sheet for David De Gea. Again, phenomenal performance. Cunha scored in this game, so hopefully that resolved the issues with him. We're also going to take this opportunity to shortlist Francisco Trincao. Seems like a very good addition to our midfield. Up next is Newcastle United at Old Trafford.
And again! There's the opener! The all-important first goal. Now, this has to be. Must be. And another! 2 goals in a matter of minutes. No wonder they're celebrating. Incredible! Chance here. Well, there's another, and they're running away with it now. It's become a question of just how many they'll get. Needs the composure now. It's got to be. And another goal. Surely they're home and dry with the win now. Oh, maybe a bit of space now. It's in. And of course it's in. It's a masterclass in finishing to complete his hat-trick. So the whistle goes to signify full-time here, and it's a good win for Manchester United.
Well, it was a very assured performance, wasn't it? I was particularly impressed with their play going forward. Really lively, almost cutting through at will at times. The result was never much in doubt, if I'm honest.
So Casemiro is asking for a contract extension, but it won't let me give it to him. What is this game all about sometimes? And to round out the New Year and the Christmas period, we had a difficult match against Wolves at Old Trafford. We walked out 2-1 in the end. Very good result. This brings to conclusion a very busy December fixture list where we beat West Ham 3-2. We beat Wolves 3-0 and 2-1 with an amended fixture. We also beat Bournemouth 2-0, Aston Villa 4-0 and Newcastle 5-0 to round out a very impressive undefeated month. We are now halfway through the season, so that means one thing: transfer time. I've made a short list of players that we may need to add to the squad. I think at the moment we're doing pretty well. I don't think we need to add any major additions. Might be worth just bolstering the squad now here and there, but we'll see how we go in the next couple of weeks. Up next is newly promoted Leeds. Enjoy the highlights.
That's a top save.
Takes aim. Oh, that's a penalty. This to open the scoring here. And he finds the net. No difficulty. That's a splendid ball from Ronaldo. Nice looking move. They've only gone and grabbed another one. 2 goals in quick succession. Now they have the lead. No wonder they're celebrating. And there it is, the final whistle. A result to please Manchester United fans around the world. What did you think of their performance as a whole?
Again, having a look at the shortlist, just keeping an eye on our players. Again, I don't think we need any additions at the moment. We're on a roll at the moment, guys. We're getting goals, clean sheets. The passing seems to be exceptional. Good teamwork all around. Very impressed with the performances. Let's see if we can keep this up. Up next is a tricky fixture against Burnley. And we ended up winning that one, 3-2. Our FA Cup journey also started as well. And we walked out 3-2 winners against QPR as well. So very good performances from the team overall. Again, I'm very reluctant to make any changes to our team. I think they're doing very well. Don't want to disrupt the flow. And up next it is a very difficult match against Manchester City. And unfortunately on this occasion, they handed us a 2-1 defeat at Old Trafford. I think that's the first time we've lost at Old Trafford this season. I could be wrong. But from what I can remember, I think that's the first time we've lost at home. That leaves us top in the league with 22 played matches, 18 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. We're currently sitting 10 points clear of second place Liverpool, which is a phenomenal turnaround considering where we were a few moments ago. Okay, so this is possibly the hardest decision of the season so far, but Arsenal have come in with a 47.2 million bid for Sesko. I think we're going to have to let him go. He hasn't featured too much this season. He scored a couple of goals, but he's very much down a pecking order behind Ronaldo and Højlund. So I think on this occasion we're going to use that money to bolster the squad later on. I'm not going to lie, I've got my eye on Gyökeres at the moment as his third choice striker. I don't think we need him at the moment though, because Ronaldo is top of the league for goals. And like I say, Højlund is happy despite not getting too many games. So instead we're going to turn our focus to Trincao. I believe he'll be a very good addition to the midfield. I think we're going to need to get rid of Casemiro because he's not allowing me to extend his contract. So we may use him in transaction here to get this player into our team. And there we go. Trincao is now a member of the team. As mentioned, we did use Casemiro as a leverage in this deal. We still paid 46.6 million, but we traded experience here for youth. Francisco Trincao is definitely a player that we can keep building the team around for the next 10 years or so. So integrating him into the squad, we are going to bring Fernandes back into Casemiro's position and play Trincao up front behind Ronaldo. I think this will be a perfect fit for him. Fernandes did actually go up in stats by moving him back to that position alongside McTominay. I think at this point we have the perfect team to push us towards the Premier League trophy, ladies and gentlemen. I can't think of any position that needs strengthening. We still have the opportunity to bring in academy players if needed, but I think at this point we are ready to push towards glory. Up next to Arsenal, let's hope the sale of Sesko doesn't come back to haunt us.
Cristiano Ronaldo, and it's fallen for Ronaldo, and there it is, the opening goal, the ideal way to start. Ronaldo threading it through, can he finish? Oh, it's in, and a goal on his debut, no less. What a way to endear yourself to the fans. Play to break it up. And the referee blows for full time. Positives for Manchester United. 3 points for them.
So we did the double over Arsenal. So that rounds out a fantastic January month where we beat Leeds 2-0. We beat Burnley 3-2. We lost to Manchester City 2-1, unfortunately. But we did round off the month with a 2-0 win at Arsenal. So it's time to introduce more youth to the team. We already have a couple of decent players, but we're going to see what else we can do here. I am going to send the scouts out on trips to see if we can find some decent players from Brazil and from the Ivory Coast as good starting points. We'll see what they can bring back and we'll check back in a bit. We're also going to make the long overdue decision to recall Marcus Rashford from his loan spell at Barcelona. This will provide Mitoma some much needed support on the left hand side. Also, it's nice to see David De Gea and Ronaldo in the Player of the Month nominations. Up next is a match against Fulham, and we won that one 2-0. Decent performance again. Midfield goals come in left, right and centre. We're going to keep these fixtures coming thick and fast. We also lost to Spurs 3-2 at Old Trafford. That's our second defeat at Old Trafford, if my memory serves correctly. That leaves us still top of the league, 10 points clear of Liverpool, 25 matches played. We're looking solid. It's going to take a momentous shift, I think, to derail us from the top position at this point. But anything can happen in the Premier League. It's time to go to the London Stadium to play West Ham. And we can confirm that we beat them 2-1. So the wins are continuing. Again, more midfield goals. We're going to keep it thick and fast with an FA Cup match. And we beat Sheffield United 3-0 as well. 3 more players in the team of the week. At this point, Man United are dominating the Premier League, much like they used to back in the early 90s. See, this is where the player nonsense comes into play. I said at the beginning we wouldn't have any nonsense with players. Martinez is asking for a pay rise, but he does not want to extend his contract. I'm not going to give him more money for doing the same job without a contract extension. So, stalemate at this point. I've also tried to sell him to several teams, and they don't seem to want him for any more than 21 million. Unlike Ronaldo, who's an absolute lad and has re-signed a contract extension, keeping him for an extra year, that means he's got 2.5 years left on his contract. I think that'll be solid for a Champions League contention next year. Up next, we're playing Everton at their new ground. And we have walked out 1-0 winners here. Decent goal from Ronaldo again. Still top of the goal scoring charts, I see. We are looking at some potential midfield options here, probably for next season now. I don't think we need to add any players, as I've said multiple times before. We are going to try and sell Martinez again at this point. No one seems to want to pay more than 21.9 million for him. It's becoming a bit of a chore at this point. We did try to extend his contract, but he wasn't having any of it. But as I say, no player is bigger than the club. We're not here to acquiesce to this nonsense. We've found some decent little players to sign from the youth academy or from the scouting mission. A couple of players from the Ivory Coast and a couple from Brazil. Fantastic players out of those countries, we all know that. And then up next, final match for February. It's Man United versus Crystal Palace again. And this time we won 2-0. So that rounds out a fantastic February where we beat Fulham 2-0. We lost to Spurs 3-2. We beat West Ham 2-1. And we beat Everton 1-0 and Crystal Palace 2-0. I think barring a miracle, we are now Premier League champions. We've only got 2 months left. Up next is our return match with Newcastle at St James's Park.
Yeah, 2-0 at home. You can't complain with that.
Is it going to be? And a goal at the second time of asking, but the keeper has let his team down. He's in behind. Still could be dangerous. And a goal at the second time of asking. Oh, that's splendid play. Can they forge ahead? Yes is the answer. Manchester United, but it's not over for them. Rashford! How about this for drama? All even once more. Astonishing. And now it is truly final. The match is over.
That draw leaves us on 29 matches played and 13 points clear of Liverpool. We are this close to becoming Premier League champions, ladies and gentlemen. Up next is a match with Aston Villa. And we've walked away 1-0 winners here as well. We're going to keep these matches coming thick and fast with the Championship on the horizon. We've just beat Bournemouth 2-0 for the second time this season. So that rounds out an excellent month where we drew 2-2 with Newcastle. We beat Aston Villa 1-0. And we beat Bournemouth 2-0. I must have a gut instinct about these things because Matthias Cunha is still calling us hassle. He's asking for regular games. In my opinion, he's been getting regular games. He's been scoring goals. So I don't know what he's talking about. But if this nonsense continues, I will not hesitate to sell him or make another example out of him. I'm going to tell him that too. The news has also picked up on this as well. Also, the chairman of the board has decided to stick his nose in my affairs. We're top of the league. We're on the verge of Premiership glory for the first time in years. And you want me to change my tactics? You know what? I'm going to stick my middle finger up and say no. This is the sort of thing that changed the way Man United's fortunes turned around. I'm going to stick to my guns and I'm going to stick with what's working. And look at this, it gave us a good result. What a shock and surprise. You're disappointed? No, disappointment is me doing my job, getting this club to the verge of Premiership glory for the first time in years, and then you thinking you know better by telling me what to do. No, it stops here. Stay behind your desk, push your pen around, and just let me do my job. Anyway, match with Leeds United next, and I can confirm we walked away as winners again. Shocking that. We're keeping this tactics as standard, and it's working for us. Colour me surprised. Okay, so we're going to make some acquisitions here. We're going to sign Aquino and Lopez from Brazil. We're also going to sign Kalaku and Cassie from the Ivory Coast. We're also going to give them their debuts in the next match. Let's see how these youngsters get on against a very formidable Chelsea side.
The managers picked the team and made a bold call. The question now, can they get the result with such a key player left out? It's Aston Villa. That's one surely not to be missed.
Oh, big moment here.
Oh, yes! That's how to make your mark in game one. A debut goal. What a chance here. And there's his second of the match, leading the way for the team. Not going to benefit from a decent passage of play. No time to dwell on the ball.
That was possibly one of the best signings of the season. Cassie getting a double on his debut. You got to love when the youth acquisitions pay off. We've also gone out of the cup to Aston Villa. At this point, I don't think we need the cup as a backup. I think our status as Premier League champions is all but a formality at this point. I don't want to say my gut is right, but we're going to be selling Matthias Cunha here. We've had enough of his drama. We don't need him pestering us and filling our inbox with nonsense every 5 minutes. So we're currently on 33 matches played. We have 5 more matches until we've completed the season. But at this point, we are 12 points clear. It's going to be an impossibility for Liverpool to catch us up unless we lose every single match up until that point. I don't think that's going to happen, and we're actually playing Liverpool next. If we beat them, this basically guarantees us the title, in my eyes anyway. And we did. We're 15 points clear. It's going to be very, very difficult for us to get caught. We are basically Premier League champions at this point, but we're going to hold off until we can celebrate in style. So Cunha has gone to Arsenal. I think he's still in the squad until the transfer window. But up next is Sunderland in the return fixture.
Who's going to get on the end of it? Oh, and there it is! The breakthrough! That will do nicely. Yes, perfect challenge. That's a good-looking ball. Just needs to stay calm. And a goal here for Manchester United. They are the big favourites now. And he's through here. Is it going to be? And a goal! If there were any remaining doubts, that will settle the issue. Play has stopped. The referee can administer the booking. And that is the end of the game. It goes down as a United triumph. Their fans are going to be happy with this.
and now we get to play Brentford. If we win this match, we'll be awarded the Premier League trophy at Old Trafford.
A manager with a clear vision. It's not just about tactics, but also about unity and identity. The fans can see it and feel it, but might the best be yet to come? Must take the lead here. And they have. You've got to say, it has been coming. Fizzles out. Well, they could break at pace. Ronaldo threading it through. Can he put it away? And it's in! A goal for Manchester United! Post. But goalkeeper's ball, disappointingly for them. Well, they wanted the penalty and they've got one! This to see them take the lead once again. And a goal! He was composure personified.
But can they find that moment of inspiration?
Oh, wait a moment, look at what's happening. And a goal to level it up late on here. Just look at the reaction. A save, and that keeps them locked together.
Well, not long left now, so that could prove to be a massive save from the keeper.
Trying to really get at the opposition here. And he's in. And a goal! This is why we adore this game. Late drama, and now they're in front. Everyone here, including the players, just waiting for the moment when they can celebrate their accomplishments. The trophy will soon be theirs.
Well, it's been a long wait, but it's worth it. Celebrating in front of their own fans. They've been excellent this season. They fully deserve to be the champions.
And that is a vivid picture of what we associate with this group of players. It's all about the team ethic. You can see what it means to this tight-knit team. Real solidarity. And now for the moment of confirmation. The trophy presentation.
Well, this is what they were dreaming of before the game. To come and pick this trophy up. What a performance from them.
Yes, a performance that has impressed absolutely everyone. And now it comes down to holding that piece of silverware aloft. The sweet taste of success. It has been quite the journey, and it comes to an end in style on the big stage.
And now the celebrations can begin. Not just the players, but also the fans, the coaching staff. What a performance it's been.
And I'll tell you what, Stuart, it doesn't get any better than being able to savour a triumph like this with your own fans.
And I have to say, these fans have been brilliant as well. They've made so much noise. They've been magnificent.
And now the players get to relax a bit and enjoy having the pictures taken.
Well, these photos will be cherished for years to come, won't they? Certainly ones to show the grandchildren.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We won the Premier League with games to spare. We have a couple of matches to get through before the season is officially over. Up first, it's Nottingham Forest at Old Trafford. And I can confirm we've won that match by 3-1. And our final match of the season is against Brighton at the American Express Stadium. And in that match, we have walked out as 3-2 losers. But at this point, we are champions. Let the trophy celebrations commence. Ladies and gentlemen, Manchester United are once again Premier League champions. I consider this rebuild a success. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this, I can honestly say for the first time it has been fun being Manchester United's coach. I never thought I'd say that in any context as a Blackburn Rovers fan. But this was immensely fun. I'll be happy to do more rebuilds if there's demand for it. So thank you for watching. Before we go, just one final Premier League table to look at. There we go, the final stats. 38 matches played, 31 wins, 3 draws, 4 losses, 90 goals scored, 30 goals conceded, plenty of clean sheets, and Ronaldo at the top of the scoring charts in the Premier League again. It's almost like they never left. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been fun. If you liked what you saw today, like and subscribe to the channel. There will be more EAFC content coming in the future. But thank you for watching and have a good evening.
Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Chaos. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us.